fire meditation. You might be aware that the ancient most sadhana, especially in Indian lineage, in Sanatan Parampara, what we have is, there were two things which we know since eternity. One was sun meditation and the other was fire meditation. Why? Meditation means going inside your body and getting connected with the eternal source of energy. In very simple terms. We may call it God or whatever. So, it is very difficult for any person who is being drowned in water to save himself, isn't it? When he doesn't know how to swim. So, what he needs to be saved? An external support. And that support has to be very, very strong, powerful. Because I have this personal experience, I don't know about you. It is really very difficult to save someone. Most of the time, you go to save someone and they make you drown in the water. So yes, you need a very strong support. So, because if we could do it ourselves, that means we already know it. But if we knew it, why would we fail? Why would we be weak? Why would we be ignorant? There is some missing link. So, God has provided us with this door to the divine sun. We all know, gives us life in form of food. Yeah, all the food is due to sun only. Breath and energy in very simple terms. Similarly, fire. Fire again gives us energy. But there is one great difference between sun and the fire. Fire is based on, generally, wood, which is again very physical in nature, just like us. Right? So the fire which is based on wood, even sun is source of fire, scorching, right? But that is in very subtle form. And sun even has nectar in it. But fire, this fire is based on physical thing. So that gives us instant physical feeling. Just by doing fire meditation, for the first time, you feel something is happening in your body, very physical body, right? And what is happening? Like Maharaji generally says, in very simple, sweet terms, we eat fire. It is just like we are eating it, means digesting it, absorbing it. So that's what we have to do. In this body, navel is the center of fire. Means whatever we eat is digested here, and from here all this energy is distributed to all the bodily systems, even to brain. But in normal person, this fire diminishes as we grow in the body. In children, it is so strong, they can eat anything and everything. But as they grow, this reduces. And result is, oh, we cannot digest this, I am allergic to that, I don't like this. Why? Why things don't suit to your system when they suit to other bodies, and all bodies are same? Because your fire is reduced due to whatever reason, right? So not only in here, your intellect, your mental faculties become weak as you grow, even your physical body becomes weak. So we are taking the very simple term, fire, for that, right? And a day comes when your body cannot absorb anything, not even medicines. So this is fire. And like generally in, there are like proverbs, like in Hindi we say, ki sharir thanda pad gaya, right? Do you have some equivalent saying in English also? Body has become cold, right? Dead cold, yeah. We generally say dead cold. So cold represents dead, means lacking fire. So this fire meditation becomes very effective in strengthening this fire, which is being diminished. with growing age. But how do we absorb it? Obviously, we cannot eat fire like we eat bread, putting it in our mouth. No. Fire has different channels. The first is our eyes. Fire again is in light form, right? And our eyes can absorb it. Secondary, fire has that momentum, right? The driving force, right? And that can be received through our hands also. Because as per the spiritual language, these hands, they are made of this rajas, and fire represents same. So through hands also we can receive this. And third thing is voice, because fire is the deity of voice. Three together help us assimilate the fire energy. With eyes, we focus on the fire, make a strong connection, constant connection. With the hands, we try to channelize this fire in our body. And with voice, we chant some specific mantras, which ignite that, sparks of fire inside. They are actually called as seed mantras. These are seed of fire, which help us stimulate this fire in the belly, which grows and grows and grows and gradually turns into fire of yoga. And in the process, this body is purified. All the toxins and waste accumulated in the body are gradually removed. Yes, it is found that if you can do this practice for a couple of hours, just in one sitting we have seen people losing 1 kilogram of weight. Just in one sitting. Yeah. But for that, you have to invest 4 hours, 5 hours actively. So how we have to act? First thing already told you, eyes have to be focused on the fire. A connection has to be maintained throughout. Through hands, we are channelizing it in the body. There are many things. Like initially we start with hands, we receive the fire. These days we all know very well about the subtle energy, aura, right? Because pranic healing and Reiki, they all tell us these hands have very miraculous energy. Fire helps us in channelizing it. So with hands we receive and transfer it to our body. So initially we take from the fire, give to our body at different places, right? Mentally visualizing it. But along with that we combine mantra. There are 2 very specific mantra for fire meditation. One thing we all know, you take any mantra, how a combination of word becomes a mantra. Generally, you just add Om before it and it becomes a mantra, right? Om Namah Shivaya. Especially in this, like Indian scriptures, all the mantras, they start with Om, right? Why? Because this represents an eternal sound. In the beginning was the Word, and Word was with God. So that word, like in Sanskrit also, Om iti etad akshara Brahma, right? So that akshara Brahma is represented by Om. That is a basic sound. It comprises A, I, U, the 3 basic vowels. In any language, anywhere, you cannot speak anything without using these vowels, right? So, A, I, U together form O and the Ma. This helps us in transferring this energy, the sound vibrations towards the 10th tone. So, Om, that is a basic sound. But in fire meditation, Agni Kriya, another mantra becomes important. And what is that? If you do fire sacrifice, the popular yajna, what we call, or yagya, the way. Swaha. You add your suffix Swaha to any mantra and it becomes mantra for fire sacrifice, fire meditation. So Swaha again has some importance. What it means, see. When you say Swa, Sa is pronounced from here, tip of the tongue. Wa, the whole mouth is open, right? Swa. But there is more ha. Now see, when you say swa, this portion is totally opened, right, and stimulated, swa. And from there, when you say ha, ha, mouth is open, but now you can feel the focus is shifted inside. This throat is open, so this forms a bridge. Bridge to what? Generally, our flow of our breathing. Breath is this way. From here, it comes out. There is a blockage in here, which doesn't let this force to reach the 10th door. This door is blocked. Yeah, I hope you all know what is 10th door. This body has 9 doors, to eyes, to earlobes, to ears, to nostrils, mouth, and 2 lower orifices. These 9 doors connect with the world outside. And there is a 10th door which connects you with the source, the divine. And that is situated in the center of this skull. If you pierce through your ear, and from right here, so where these 2 lines cross inside the brain, that is the center, which is seat of pineal gland also. In third eye, in simple terms we call it. That is the place, right, where the divine force is situated in its completeness. But yes, it is blocked and locked. So, if you can pierce through this throat gland or the plexus, then you are able to reach there and get connected. So, how do we do that? When you say swaha, keeping the mouth open, you chant this mantra. So, this fire energy helps us going right through this. Okay? Mantra combined with the fire. Just mantra would not be that effective. It's a fire, but yes, this specific mantra makes it more effective. So Om and Swaha, these are 2 basic mantras being used throughout in this. But yes, initially we have some rituals sort of thing. We pray, because wherever you go, if you ask for something, so it's like, first you have to develop a connection. And how do you develop connection? By greeting each other with love. So prayer is just to develop that rapport. And then you just absorb it more and more, right? But yes, there is a precaution. We recommend before doing this Kriya, you must take some water. Why? Because our body is very gross in nature, full of so much waste. This water will help us in assimilating fire and spreading it throughout the body. It is seen at times if you don't drink water and you start doing the Kriya, so this heat, because your subtle channels are not so clean, so you feel like, like this heat is rising up to your head and you feel heaviness. If you take the water, then it helps. It subsides that, generally what acids or fumes you have in your digestive system rising up. It helps us subside that, and then we can assimilate the fire very easily. And after completing the meditation also, we recommend you drink a glass of water, but that time you should not drink it, rather eat it. Means take a mouthful, keep it some time inside, and then take it in. So this will help you again to digest the fire which is accumulated at the surface level, right? The excess of heat would be digested. Just one precaution, and rest, fire will do on its own. You need not worry. You just develop the connection and rest will happen on its own. And yeah, another thing about eyes we were talking about. Like in the beginning, when we leave the fire, we keep it focused, but gradually when we go to the Swaha, Om Swaha, that time we take fire with hands, keeping eyes wide open, Om, like this. And when we say Swaha, that time we transfer the fire to our body parts, starting from eyes and then going all over the body. That time we close our eyes very tight, wide open, and then like this. This whole goes inside. So this will help us because eyes are directly connected to the brain. There is already a pathway, but it's generally not so open inwards because of our outward focus. So this way you channelize the fire inwards, opening the channels there. Okay, I guess it is sufficient. So this is about the Agni Kriya Yoga, which we will be doing now. If anyone has any question there, they may ask, or we will take the water and go to the place. Hmm? Okay. Pani, would you do it? Take care. So we are just getting water. So we all drank some water and then we. In fact, we have tried it many times. There were people who had like some problem with their kidneys, or even some people had their stones. So we recommended you drink plenty of water and then you do the Kriya. So they took 3-4 glasses of water and then they did the Kriya. So gradually by doing it, because when they could assimilate the fire, so afterwards, after completing the Kriya, they had this urge because of so much water in there. They had urge to urinate. They went there, and in some time, in few sittings, gradually it was totally clear. The passage was clear. Their problem related to lower orifices was completely clean, and many people told that the stone which created problem is no more to be seen there. Not only this, like first time when we had this Kriya out of ashram, we went to a village, and there was a Panditji who was doing this fire sacrifice, yajna, since very long. So he came out of curiosity. Let's see what is this Agni Kriya Yoga. Never heard of it. Yeah, name is very new because Maharaji formulated it just 6-7 years back. And he came there. He was sitting aside. I said, "Okay, come on, you have come. So why don't you take part in it?" He said, "No, I am having migraine, and it's like so severe. I have taken many tablets, but it's not reducing. So, but I was curious, so I just thought, okay, I will just observe." But come on, if you have come to Ganges, take a dip. It's what's the use? Okay, if your headache increases, you may simply go. So, but as long, if you feel comfortable, just try to, and it may, who knows, it may help you. He said, okay, fine. Then he sat there, and you won't believe, after the session was over, he got up and said, "God, it's totally gone. I feel so fresh, so healthy, so strong with him." So this sort of things you've seen many times. Many people. There was a lady once. She, was having regular constipation, and she did the Kriya. And after that, she came next day and told. After going back home, she said, "All I was doing is I went 3 times to the loo, only cleaning. But what I saw," she told, "that it was all black waste coming out of my belly, and now I feel so comforted, so relaxed." So, like, seeing many such cases. There was a lady. क्या नाम था किला रायपुर में जो उसकी आँख का वो प्रॉब्लम था, सिंहादौत से ही वो पोली लेके आया करती थी ना. There was like a lady in Sinhadot Poli. She brought a lady there who happened to develop some, who had some injury in her eye, and this was almost, there was no eye sight in her right eye, I guess, and it was so swelling, so it was, काफी खराब था. It was a very bad shape and in severe pain. And it was full of pus and all. Doctor were unable to help her, and she was in very severe pain. So when she was brought there, so we guided her in Surya Kriya, and we had Agni Kriya also. She stayed there, did the Kriya, and very that night when she went, it was all, she felt as of tears, but then she saw all this pus were coming out. She got scared initially. But interestingly, when she came next day, she felt better, so she did again. In Kila Raipur, we had 3-day course. She did it 3 days, and it was completely clean. In a month's time, her eyes was so clear. I mean, initially she used to keep it covered because she could not take light or anything. But in 1 month time, she was able to leave it as it is. So there were so many cases at the physical level and at the mental level. Just day before yesterday, we had Kriya in Arcona, London. So there, the host, he told that he could not sleep for the whole night. But interestingly, he said, "I didn't feel like sleeping. I was so energetic, so fresh. I was simply meditating, doing my mantra chanting, and I felt good." So, it is different for every person, but the thing is, as you absorb the fire, so your body, there's some changes in your body. Depending on your condition, you will have different kind of feelings. But yes, they do happen there. And we have tried one more thing, like Reiki we're talking about. So we tried distant Reiki with this fire. We'll be doing it there also. And even that is very effective. It really worked for many people.